2007. France had lost to Argentina in the pool stages. They were written off. They were not given a chance by anyone in France, and they beat New Zealand. You never know.
Played 3, lost 3 to the big 3. Would look bad. England know that. But they also know that they still have it in their power to make it all feel a lot better tonight. And just think what a win would do. But can anyone stop the All Black machine? Youngs. Farrell offloads straight away to his captain. Here's Good. And England come away with launch spree. A new one for the All Blacks to have a look at. But he's not alone in this England side. Out from Barrett. Up goes Tom Youngs. Tom and Ben Young's father, Nick, played in an England side that beat the All Blacks. 1983. Here's Dag, and he calls for the mark. Israel Dag. 5 tries at the Rugby World Cup, but he's a fine defender as well as attacker.
England will have to kick better than that. Kicking will be imperative today. And Israel Dag, easy catch, but a loose kick and a chance for Alex Good to put up a decent kick. And again, no test for New Zealand.
Far too close to the opposition, giving them time, although Parling had done well and nearly got a charge down in. There's Farrell, covered by Kieran Reid, who captained the side against Italy. He was a very proud man to do so, scored a try in that match.
Youngs, he had a bit of a test last week. He'll get another examination now.
His 6 lineouts lost. His first really big test with Etzebeth getting across that England line last week. It's a good start for the England line out though. And he might fall for 2 late. Gives it to Barrett. Barrett tried to offload, but Richie McCaw was there. And we'll say that a few times this afternoon. He nearly broke there for England. Might break again as Nonu tries once and twice. But England just go through offside. But they were putting pressure on Nonu.
He'll fancy his chances against the less experienced Surveyor.
It was slapped down from Surveyor as well. And not a convincing New Zealand line-out. That Etzebeth was doing to him in England last week. Goes to Jeff Parling, who called that one. And one of his best games in the loose, maybe his best in England colours. Easy to forget, it's only his first international year as well. Winning his 12th cap today, launch spree. And you can see number 4, the other lock, doing his work. But George Clancy,
they get around and they make an impact. Oh, look at that. Richie McCaw, more caps than all of England. That's how big a test it is.
We'll see in Jones, of course, his physique. Tall and gangly, but one of the world's best. Here's Mike Brown. Gets away from Corey Jane. That's a very useful thing to do. And Brown doing really well. Remember, this not his club position. But that's an excellent effort from the England left winger. And then Farrell puts a lot of boot on that. Really drilled it. Dag. Well, the whistler's not gone because he put a foot on the line. He didn't. The referee has pulled them back for the penalty in midfield.
New Zealand, they like to kick and they like to work an opening from a counter. Oh, a missed penalty.
From Farrell there. Young man missing his touch, and England can't afford those errors. They really can't. They're saying, oh wait, they've got to play somewhere near or at optimum. Brown is chasing this. He's got round Mirlam, who's always going to do that, but Dag is swiftly across. He kicks.
Horrible left-footed strike there, threw the ball up.
Chance for England to counter-attack, therefore. Comes to Farrell again. Fires that off to Ben Morgan, who stands tall. Gives it to another Ben, Youngs. Plucked down by Alex Good. Man of the match against Fiji. Seems a long time ago now. It's a busy old month, this. Farrell kicks again. Dag was there once more, and then it's Jane. He's outside. Parling, it's quick off the top. It's youngster Tuilagi used as the cannonball. Farrell, bit high again for Good, but he's got great skills. The England fullback.
Skies then, it was too easy for New Zealand's midfield.
It was Messam winning the line out, then it was Aaron Smith. So quick, everything that he does, really impressive in New Zealand colours this season. Coming into the side after the World Cup. There he is again, Dan Cole with a hand on him, but Smith quickly away. And there's Woodcock, the man who scored the try in the World Cup final. Smith to another Smith. There are 3 in the 23 as Conrad Ben is on the bench. Little short ball from Retallick, but England tackling well. But they are kings of patience, New Zealand, and Carter goes crossfield, looks for Jane. Jane rises, but again, George Clancy gives the...
It's very close. Brown chased it down well anyway.
And that's a good take from Launchbury, the Wasp, who's brought his club form onto the international stage. Youngs, you could see again the pressure he was under to get that box kick in. Well played, Corey Jane, a little bit like Mike Brown, used the fullback position as well, and it showed there. They're put into New Zealand. In fact, the whole front row have got at their caps, Woodcock, Mialamu and Franks. That's more than the England team put together.
But they drew with Australia and ended that world record run. But what is it, 20 unbeaten now? It's astonishing.
Looking for 21, but that was a good scrum from England. Crossfield again from Carter, goes the other way this time.
Slow start. England will be slightly concerned because New Zealand aren't out of the blocks yet. And against the All Blacks, you want to build points when they're not playing.
Was given the scrum option with pressure from Sabeh. Here it comes off that wing, pushing into Tuilagi. Not many do that. Tuilagi was back on his feet, looking to reply. There's Nonu. And then Woodcock takes it forward. Good line from Woodcock there. Saw the space. Whitelock, that's gone behind McCall in retreat. Oh, nearly in Mike Brown there. Throws his head backwards. Knew that he would have taken some.
Back beating a couple is really good play. It's the ideal way to take on New Zealand. Carter's so flat.
Much better New Zealand scrum. There is Carter flat and Nonu. Tuilagi holds on to his ankle. It's going to be such a great battle between those two today. Carter again to Whitelock and then Mialamu.
Advantage.
And very slow to get back there. England in the shape of Corbisiero. Referee gives the penalty against that. Will like the fact that Carter has missed. It stays 0-0.
Tremendous restart and excellent play from Whitelock there.
Good take from Whitelock. Here's Nonu. And then Conrad Smith. And England cannot afford to give this man any space at all. Reid to Retallick. 6'8", over 19 stone.
But they are not from a different planet. We're in this game, they're making errors, we can do this.
Well, they read that one, Whitelock. And McCall. Carter again. And Good with time. Until Nonu arrives. Barrett with Ashton almost in the way there.
Oh, it's Barrett in the wrong. That should have gone to Ashton.
Here's Tuilagi. And there goes Morgan. Real lack of communication between the two. England need to sort that out, so cannot really afford to concede line-out possession. We'll get back to that 100%. We're somewhere near it. We saw in the first 2 weeks. Oh, Dag there. Only just gets the ball away. from the advancing Farrell. Is good. And he strikes that pretty well.
Hardly makes any move towards the gain line. England have to have their carriers playing flatter and come in harder. That's just England going backwards.
Carter, Surveyor, Dag, oh, lovely ball to Jane. Jane tries to go on the outside this time, and he beats Good. Tuilagi gets across. England a bit of a desperate scramble there. They were being stretched. Aaron Smith, though, that is not the right call.
Still a few concerns around line-out, but it's a good read from New Zealand. Tom Wood dummies forward with Launchbury and Corbisiera coming back, but keep an eye on Reid. He's the man who reads it with Whitelock straight back, and it's a great...
Young's putting his weight about.
England first met Smith, didn't they, on that tour in 2010, and he was a New Zealand Maori. He's got character, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah. Real pressure coming on Owen Franks there. He was spot on, and he won that battle.
Now, in the danger zone.
I'd love to see the England backs have some form of strike move and not just the drive.
England look dangerous here, where they should do. At the moment, the forwards are quite happy. It did stop, so it's got to use it now. Referee George Clancy has called it. Ben Youngs was trying to get hold of it and couldn't.
I thought England, they checked, but they went again, and there was no 5-second pause.
Youngs was screaming, wasn't he, Ben Youngs? Oh, charged down on Smith, who is rattled here.
Class talent, but England are getting to him a little bit.
Can they challenge at this line-out? No. Well, they were doing, but Whitelock was excellent then. Nonu is sliced off at source. Smith again, that's low ball. And that's a slice from Dag. Starting to add up. But as yet not on the scoreboard. That's what England...
There's a little bit of panic in the air.
England try and join the dots here. Parling wins again. And there goes Morgan. On his own, doesn't want to get too isolated. England flying. Advantage being played. Rob Shaw. Oh, there's a chance to pass there. England secure, reasonably quick ball though. Farrell, Brown off his wing, but now New Zealand have got the numbers across. But Brown is strong. Still advantage, I think. Here's Youngs. Little pass there. Two little passes between Morgan and Good, and then Ashton.
Ben Morgan, hands good. Alex Good, the way he holds his line there was excellent.
Is Ashton covered? McCaw's across.
Yeah. He's
Dag's there as well.
Dag's there. Only one place he's going, but that's good hands from Morgan and Alex Good.
Oh, this was a significant improvement. England coming round the corner but getting straight, and when you're straight it gives you the chance of simple hands, and that was a big chance for Ashton.
Carter's restart. Oh, good chase from Reid, and then down to Franks. Smith. Now has that woken up the All Blacks? Always the danger.
Great kick from Carter as well, wasn't it?
Here he is. To Nonu. Now, to be fair to England, I don't think the All Blacks have been asleep. It's just that England have started pretty well.
Advantage.
But there's a chance for the equaliser.
Well, it's not as if just fading away from the moment he struck that one. And what will worry Carter a little bit, he's hooked one and he's faded another. It'll give England great encouragement.
Really does. Dag's up and under. Good's catch. There's Mike Brown, he loves that. Just to pick and run through or over the bodies. He's a spiky customer. That kind of competitive edge England really need today. And they're showing it across the board. Youngs. Dag again. Holding back a bit to try and deal with Sarver. But he deals with England by going out wide and finding Nonu. Nonu after his own kick. If he gets something on this, it's real danger. And across comes Alex Good. And Nonu appreciates that.
Good, happy to see that ball going. Good counter.
Retallick wins that line out. Oh, it's loose into the middle. It's eventually picked up by Conrad Smith. It might still work. Sometimes they do, but It's very unlike New Zealand. Dag again. Carter, Whitelock, Reed. Dan Cole is off his feet now, driven off. Nonu to Mialamu. Out of the tackle well to Smith, but England tackling well. Through goes Launchbury, making himself a nuisance again. Carter, he's shunted back. That was Tom Youngs. England new boys making the hits. That's Nessum to Smith, and he's got nowhere to go because Farrell was there. And Cole's working again, and Cole's got it. Well played. Dan Cole, Robshaw, good. England are looking to go. Barrett thought better of it. He only had a prop outside in Corbisiero. But this might be something New Zealand could feed off as it breaks up a bit. But the England line is good, led by Robshaw.
Back, far side.
All that criticism last week. People forgot just how well he played in the game. Launchbury again. Smith to Carter. Here goes Whitelock, galloping a bit. Tackle from Corbisiero. Conrad Smith. This will be a real test of the England defence. The length of this attack, because it came straight back at them.
Rock. Yep, ball was out.
Continues to be a terrific effort from England. And there in goes Wood. All Blacks know they're in a game, all right. Another loose ball, and this time it does lead to the knock-on. If England just get the scrum, they'll be happy. They can press Paul.
Touch. Set.
Fine ratio for England. Just the one miss so far. Keep it like that, and they've got a sniff. Ben Youngs to Barrett and Tuilangi. That was a little bit laboured, but Tuilangi gets it going. Robshaw. Ben Youngs again. Chip is meant for Ashton to chase. Here's Launchbury, gets there first as Ashton just checked. That's a penalty though, and again it's because England...
And people woke up, thought let's get a Twickenham. They didn't see 6-0 after half an hour, except the optimists.
Launchbury.
Don't mind a lecture from a referee, but when it's wrong and he's really telling you what's what, that does gall a bit.
Youngs to Ilangi. It needs Nonu and Carter, and he's still got going to there. Got good support as well to keep the drive going. England don't have a left winger at the moment. They cannot be turned over. No intention of being, have they? Tom Young's in the driving seat there. And handbrake was off, wasn't it? Launchbury again. Parling. Coming up to 5 minutes before half-time. Absolutely flown by.
England front five carrying so well.
Youngs is flying. Here's Robshaw to Farrell and Tuilangi again. Tackled by Carter.
Ball was out.
Fine tackle as well. Tuilangi's eyes must have been lighting up. Oh, hands there from Robshaw to keep it going. Knock on is the call.
There's nothing there.
Going to those places at the moment. But a penalty conceded at the scrum.
3. Drop the bind.
It's gone against Dan Cole.
Good kick from Dan Carter.
Ball.
15, line it over.
Here's Youngs. There's a lot of space there. And Jane goes back, and here's Dag. Now one
moment, but New Zealand hand in possession to England, and Parling Young's doing a good job.
Tom Youngs couldn't wait to get around there, could he, to join his forwards. That's 5 takes now for Jeff Parling at the line out. Launchbury takes the ball. Now England will know this can't come to a halt and then start again without them getting rid of the ball. And Youngs is not going to take that risk. Out it goes to Farrell. Good pass onto Tuilangi. Takes them on the outside shoulder, or goes for that angle. Then it's Alex Good. presents it back to Ben Youngs. So what a time to score this would be. 2.5 minutes.
Advantage.
Under now until the interval. Well, there's the chance to score a penalty. England go for the drop goal with Farrell. Hey, that's what Mr. Wilkinson used to do. Free shot.
And his goal kicking, drop kicking has been full of authority, and he's just not making errors at the moment. And the England pack have been superb. New Zealand, they do need to wake up, and very quickly. England have a handy lead.
Such an important spell now. This little tiny spell before half-time, and England keep coming. George Clancy has another look, but it is coming back. Be a bonus penalty here, and England know it.
It's fine, he's on his feet. He's on his feet, no problem.
Cole again. Sorry, it's
Brown. He's straight from his left wing. We said he'd love to join the forwards in those situations. We have a classic example of it and what he's done for his team. Now they'll have to go narrow here because Ben Morgan is the temporary left wing. Farrell, and we're starting to move it, and Too Good decides to stay in field. England protect possession. They've been good at that in this first half. They've been good at an awful lot of things in this first half. Rob Shaw. They don't want to stop playing. There's Barrett. So plenty of ball and points to show for it. Corbisiero. Tom Wood. What a strong first half he's had. And there is the penalty. Ben Youngs to Ashton, but Farrell's going to get another shot for 12-0. Now that's already England to kick off. Their points man today, Owen Farrell.
Knock back over.
And England win it. Youngs to Ben Morgan. Terrific kickoff from England. There's Tom Youngs. This time New Zealand try and rip him with Reid and McCaw. And they work well. Even the best face challenges, and New Zealand have one here. But England have a penalty here.
It's a big leader now. We'll see whether the world champions, the world best, are a world great team. The challenge is laid down, 15-0.
Yeah, Messam on the restart. It will be typical of New Zealand. Maybe not today on the evidence so far, but over the last 20-odd games to come straight back with a score, but it's England who win it. That ball, and they're in a great position to win the match as Ben Youngs almost got away there. Advantage still being played. Not sure England wants it. Oh, Good does. Now it's over. But England are almost over halfway with Ben Youngs and Rob Shaw, who tried very hard there to get in touch.
Well, it just sums up the topsy-turvy that he just couldn't quite link. Going backwards, Carter comes up step, lovely play there. Pulls him in, goes on the outside. Ben Youngs in support, but nothing on the left-hand side. But again, confidence from the Saracens.
Sobolensky for the historians. England out in front of that lead at the moment. But plenty of time for New Zealand to come back and come back hard. Milamu. Carter. Nonu. In goes McCaw. Side entry-ish there from McCaw.
Oh, England winning the collision again, driving New Zealand back.
Retallick. Reid. Rob Shaw, another tackle. Top tackler, top carrier last week. And all that flack to cope with. He was very flat, he said, when he returned to camp, but the players and messages from outside the camp lifted him. Here's the New Zealand captain, trying to lift his team here. Carter, Nonu, Dag. Brown's got a lot to look at here, over the shoulder and round the back, and it's Jane carrying well. Tuilagi getting back, but Jane wasn't held there. In goes Smith, and England spoiled illegally. Owen Farrell was weak. New Zealand were mystified by Wales not going for points early on. Then, of course, it was Wales playing catch-up, and what catch-up they had to play. New Zealand playing it here. Carter and Aaron Smith and Lamu, and England come pouring through again. Man on the wrong side mustn't interfere, doesn't. Morgan gets out of there. Smith again to Reid. That's a really strong carry from Reid. And suddenly England are going backwards in the tackle. That's the England line, it's Smith. Surveyor, he can't stop scoring in international rugby this year. And he thinks he's got another.
Time off.
He's only 2 metres out.
Number 11 for...
This is a really poor decision against Owen Farrell. He works his way back. You talk about going through the gate. He does everything right. Aaron Smith has that ball in his hands when Farrell gets him.
Some borderline calls. People are going to look back afterwards, but England have got to write that out now. They're still 8 points clear. They need the territory, and they need to stop New Zealand playing at pace and getting into the danger zones.
And these are the calls that referees have to make in the heat of the battle.
Watch out.
And there's Jane. Oh, he's so strong, he got through his man there. Farrell gets back. Different New Zealand here. But that is not the best service. Saw a few of those in the first half. England needed one there because there were plenty of black shirts lining up to launch another attack. But you get the feeling New Zealand have had a big telling off at half-time and probably told themselves off. A chance to take stock. Good, trying to make that into a good kick.
With a space here
for Dag and company. It's going to sit up for Nonu. It does. Over the top with a chip. Good as trying to get back there now. His hands excellent under pressure. Farrell
Bring him on.
boots it away. Is he going to stay in? It does. With Israel Dag. Now suddenly it's coming at England from all angles. Carter, Lamu. Smith again to Carter. Here goes Jane. He's heavily involved at the start of this second half. And he's creating something more lovely from Conrad Smith. On to Kieran Reid, back in the corner. Such menace.
Owen Farrell has to find touch. Dag dances down the touchline. But when Farrell misses touch, New Zealand mean no, England are not reorganised. This time the pass is good. Morgan misses Jane. Jane, a superb offload. Conrad Smith and Kieran Reid in the right place, as he so often is. Now Carter, think are going to win by fighting fire with fire. They've got to quell them. Farrell is kicking so well, so it's not time for Burns. Maybe Haskell to add firepower at the breakdown. Maybe Courtney Laws to make some big hits, because England's tackling game is just going backwards. They're making the tackles, but they're not driving New Zealand back.
Would be easy to forget, but England is still in the lead here. Brown. They wanted to be in touch on the hour mark. But then they would have been getting greedy at 15-0 up. But they're still definitely in touch. More than that. Here's Farrell. Barrett. Oh, what a line! From Barrett. Draw the last man and pass. On to Tuilagi. Inside to Barrett. They've done it. The combo have done it there.
And then he's found this one, and New Zealand's lead New Zealand are suddenly on the back foot again. Conrad, Smith fades, Barrett just waits. Superb defence from New Zealand, Jane and Dag, but that's a brilliant offload from Tuolangi. Conrad Smith goes early to good weight on the pass of Farrell. Kieran Reid can't get there, and this is a real classy moment. Oh, a little bit of fortune. It's just caught, I think, is it Israel Dag's?
Of all the people, it's Conrad Smith. He's so worried about Tuolangi on the outside. He pushes early, and that gives Barrett the space through to get the break in behind.
Amazing there from Conrad Smith, because Corey Jane had his man covered there. Big error from the Wellington man.
Good effort again from Farrell off the kicking tee. Could have created that 8-point gap. George Clancy, again, the policeman at the breakdown. This time the instruction.
Very quickly at 15-14, the game, even though they led, was running away from them, and suddenly England have changed the tempo.
You saw New Zealand don't have all the bench, but they have a very good one.
Coming back here, guys. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Claire joined the line-up before the ball was thrown in. Claire joined the line-up before the ball was thrown.
So it's a free kick. So if New Zealand go for touch here, which they won't, they'll lose possession. It will be England's line-out, but England look for a cover in New Zealand, of course, when he's been on his travels. Parling again is the call. He's calling. Tuolangi through the first two, through three, and England are going to score again. No one will catch Ashton. It's magnificent. There's no.
But they must have thought 15-14 we're in control. They're way out of control. Flat ball. Watch Carter here. Doesn't get near Tuolangi. Shrugs off McCaw, and the timing of the pass superb for Ashton.
Did you see Kieran Reid there, behind the posts? He did not look like he was on the losing side. He was nodding away as if to say, we'll come back here. But England had the bonuses of the Carter misses, remember, in the first half. Looked like a free 6 points for Carter then. What a strong run from Tuolangi. And Chris Ashton, 11 games without a try. The splash returns. Parling claims.
Stay 7, back you go.
Youngs to Farrell. Checks. Bit of jinking there from Farrell. And another good pass to Brown. England have got the bit between their teeth here. They really fancy it. As those scores for Barrett and Ashton prove. Who's going to be first here? Ashton is trying to get there. They let Dag drop, but Barrett and Ashton and Tuolangi just pile in. Over the top, the call. New Zealand.
Tuolangi runs straight. Carter gets fixed in there. We talked about Ashton's ability to pick the line. He knows what's happening here. Just watch this. Daniel Carter doesn't make the tackle. Ashton fades outside Nonu. Nonu doesn't obstruct him. And Chris Ashton is in at the corner. The right wing in at the left side. It's what he does so well.
Smith. Carter. Surveyor. Haskell comes up. Reid. Oh, interception! Tuolangi! All the way! Mike Brown protects him. Tuolangi is going to just jump there!
Hanson's team here. Kieran Reid, the man who gave him the talking to, goes for the death part to Carter. There is panic in the New Zealand ranks, and Tuolangi is made two, and he's going to help himself to one there. Mike Brown saying, get under the corner, let's make it a 7-pointer. And maybe Tuolangi could have gone a bit faster, but in the circumstances, he'll say, Owen's going to get this. There was a play, it's gone to pieces, the system's wrong, but England have punished the mistakes that are in front of them.
Outside. Use it!
Youngs. Jane caught and held now and nearly turned. But New Zealand roll back over, and the call is for England to leave it. Simi Alamu's off. Dane Coles, the youngster, is on. There is number 16. Socks round his ankles. Savea, Tuilagi, and Barrett. Maybe they've come of age today. And they've taken so much flack as well. Like Rob Shaw last week, but Rob Shaw tackles again. He's into double figures now for his personal tackle count. The England captain dropped by Conrad Smith, and when that starts to happen, well, Cruden coming on as Carter goes along with Smith, but England first cap. What a time to come on.
An amazing show of faith from Stuart Lancaster, because Farrell has played the game England wanted. That's an amazing show of faith.
Ben Young through the gap again. Goes the England scrum half. Out to Ashton. Got the scoring bug back. New Zealand have had the bug this week, but they're feeling pretty ill at the moment. Launch spring. Advantage being played. Youngs. There's Burns getting a touch. Barrett to good. Tuilagi. Mike Brown. Crowd is going berserk here. Youngs. In comes Rob Shaw, the captain. On to Corbisiero. He's level. Youngs has it back again. Still advantage the call. Burns. Little chip like he's at Kingsholm.
Well, Burns is taken out there as well. Minutes. And then they made one or two errors, and England this time they exploited the defensive lapses, which they haven't done in the past. Mike Catt said, when we get chances we have to take.
Are all set to be victors this year as Tom Young stays on and throws in. Wood with the catch. England almost with the game here.
Advantage.
And I know you would delete the almost. Another penalty.
England packed steamroller in the Blacks.
Burns, he knows it's advantage.
Incredible. I mean, this is a hammering.
Advantage knocked on.
It was knocked on, but again, Ward and England in there at the line-out.
Advantage over.
Talked about the New Zealand menace, and they scored one of their tries. You look at Courtney Lawes, who think England have got menace of their own. Vunipola too. And Jonathan Joseph, he's had to be patient this autumn. Didn't get off the bench last week. Initially out of the team with an ankle injury. Kerr to Burns. That's a lovely delivery to Tom Wood. Now he's storming on. Mike Brown's got it. Kerr is Harlequin's teammate. There is Courtney Lawes. Stopped by Smith, Conrad Smith. Haskell sets it back. Burns again to good. England are going to have to be good here against the All Black defence out wide. This feels so much like that day in 1997 when England raced into a lead then and ended up with a draw. But it was treated like a win just because of what had happened before. Well, I suppose, you know, this far and away supersedes it, therefore. 35-14.
Sorry.
Vunipola. Kerr, Burns looking confident, on his toes and waiting. And Barrett now starting to show confidence. And so he should, after what he's done, especially in this second half.
Great ball, Rob Shaw there.
In the attacking sense, and England, yeah, they are giving great balls. Another advantage, Rob Shaw, penalty. And I think everybody paces on. David Wilson are on goes two front row replacements. Off comes those two. We won't dwell on that because Young has won it again to give to Joseph two pace. As Youngs and Cole go. Parley set that back to good. Here comes Courtney Lawes, another who have been frustrated his ill-timed knee injury. Look how England are finishing here. And remember, New Zealand were looking to go 21 matches unbeaten, the world champions. Burns.
Not there, Frederick, not there.
A little bit of a lesson that time, but great strength.
And the forwards, Miles, are just so on top of this match, so carry him forward.
Support work of the highest order. Conrad Smith, he was in the air there. And Barrett knew it, still wasn't going to let go of him. And then Vunipola wasn't 10 metres and continued to play. That might get him in the bin. It should. Just didn't stop. So yellow.
For all the autumn internationals where his line-out went, looked out of it, and just think, watching their dad, Nick, who beat the All Blacks in '83, father and two sons.
Here comes a New Zealand attack with Nonu. In goes Wipu, and New Zealand showing great hands there. Smith, beautiful, inside then out, and it's Surveyor again.
Just check himself and give that pass to Surveyor coming round, quite sensational. This is brilliant offload. Did you see all of this? England can't slow them down. When New Zealand get quick ball, they're deadly. They haven't got enough. This ball is consummate. Consummate from Smith.
A lot made last week about how quickly or how...
Almost as good. A fabulous effort from the England pack.
There is a little subplot here. The New Zealand teams, you talk to players who've been involved in losing sides against England, it's something that never leaves them. Nobody wants to be on the end of the record margin of defeat to England, and that is what New Zealand are still facing here. Currently stands at 13. That game back in 1936. But the way they're playing, they're still chasing the game. England, though, hit another breakdown. Get another advantage that time for the knock-on.
Advantage over.
Remember, a man down here with Vunipola in the sin bin.
They've splintered New Zealand up front in this last 20 minutes, smashed them.
Hammer, chisel, the lot. Here's Brown with a drop goal attempt.
With the bookmakers to win, and England have put them away in style. Astonishing.
And England eyeing up the 40s. I mean, that's Lomu, Cape Town territory. Nice pace.
Off your feet.
Richie McCaw, not the way he wanted to go into his sabbatical at all.
It's ruined his 6-month break, Miles. It's ruined it.
Won't be 1 minute of any day he won't think about it. You just know that with McCaw. There goes Vito. Vito looking fresh. Oh, what a ball inside that is. Tureen. That was breathtakingly good. Here goes Nonu. New Zealand showing exactly what they can do, but in doing so, they're showing how well England have played today. Ball is lost. Maybe that sums up their day. Lost by...
Fabulous forward effort, but they have created space. They have made breaks, and they have taken their tries. 3 scores, 3 tries against the All Blacks. Incredible.
Here is Reid. And Crockett.
No advantage.
Another free kick call. New Zealand are now chasing, whether they know it or not, trying to avoid the heaviest ever defeat against England. That is what it's all about now, or at least finish their year on the high. They've been on a high for so long, since the World Cup win. What a tackle there.
Back 7.
Brown involved and Laws too. In comes Haskell, that's a knock-on. New Zealand have got extra men here, nothing Ashton can do. Oh, dropped by Vito. Another knock-on. Off feet. But what a launch pad, as you say, this is. Crowd celebrating, the clock has gone, and New Zealand's unbeaten record has gone.
Hands up wide.
England determined to hold out here. Don't want this final flourish from the men in black. Their year sort of deserves it, but England deserve to hold them up the way they played. George Clancy looks,